Yes. I guess to answer the question, is there anything that I wasn't advised that I wish I was advised? Maybe just one thing in particular, and that is about the condition and health of the Muslim community. When one accepts Islam generally, and myself included, you look at Islam and you see all these beautiful verses, beautiful ahadith, and you think, because this is so beautiful and it is the greatest gift and it does give you fulfillment and happiness, that everyone values Islam the same way, and they view Islam as the greatest thing that has happened to them. And it was very difficult for me, I guess, to find and to meet Muslims who weren't practicing, meet Muslims who did have racist tendency, meet Muslims who weren't very good role models of Islam. So that was very tough on me. I remember I was 16, very young, and I was very religious at the time, meaning that we were very much involved in the church and what have you. So I really took my faith and new adopted faith very seriously. And when I met other Muslims who didn't, I wasn't as prepared as for that as I wish I was. But alhamdulillah, that's the thing that was the toughest for me. And I think that's one of the things that we complain about now from an outside point of view, is that non-Muslims judge Muslims based upon the people and not based upon the faith. But also for new Muslims, this is a struggle for them, because obviously they're adopting the faith, and the faith means a lot to them, but they want to see it in practice. They want to see Muslims being a manifestation of these ahadith, a manifestation of these verses. And when you don't see that, and when you are not told that there are many people who are not good role models. I guess we know that now because of the media and what's going on. But it's still tough. That was what was tough for me, and this is one of the things that I wish I was advised more on. Wallahu alam. Initially, it was difficult to overcome. I was just very, like many converts, I was a zealous person. I had a lot of energy and wanted to save the world. So initially, I guess I was very harsh with confronting these people. If I saw someone drinking or selling alcohol, and it was out of concern and love for the person, I would just approach them. But basically, I overcame it, I guess, by just realizing that, just like in Christianity and Judaism and other faiths, there's good and bad. There's those who embrace it, and there's those who don't. But then I began to learn what it truly meant to be just Muslim by name. I think so. When you ask how did I overcome that, I did used to hear this person is Muslim by name or it's cultural. But the more I began to see people practicing Islam just basically, or identifying with Islam only through culture, I began to see and to understand them better. And we have plenty of people like that here in America. Many of my friends were only Christian by name. And so once I understood this and focused on that, I think it made it much easier for me, because it was something that made me really frustrated. And again, I think I frustrated other people too. But later on, I think I adopted a better approach. I was still just as concerned for those people who took their religion as something insignificant or didn't take it seriously, but yet I think my approach was better, and it didn't affect me negatively, but it just gave me more energy to try to change this person and, more importantly, change myself. That's a powerful question. Does it still frustrate me now? It may sound ironic, or even it sound like I'm contradicting myself, but perhaps it frustrates me more now than it did then. even though I was unprepared for it, because now Islam is in the media, and now I guess I have kids of my own, and I'm an adult, and I see how many of these same people, this is what they need. This is the void that they have, meaning that this spiritual connection, this spiritual happiness, and they have what they need, and yet they are neglecting it. Additionally, it frustrates me now because many times I'm judged based upon their actions and my kids. For example, the things that are done in the name of Islam. Obviously, that frustrates me because it impacts the Muslims, and it impacts me directly. Additionally, in my city, Memphis, there are many Muslims who sell alcohol and are involved in things that put a negative image on Islam as well. So these things frustrate me just as much now as it did then.
الله ولي الذين آمنوا يخرجهم من الظلمات إلى النور